Well then, you ready to light it up? Light this candle?
Let's do it. Toast one. I don't know what that means.
All right. Well, it's been a while, but I'm going to be joined by the one and only DeadwoodJedi. How you doing today, good sir?
I'm well, dude. I'm well. Thanks for having me on. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's already been like a month since I saw you in person, so it's about time to get a collab in.
I know, right? It's like just crazy how the time flies like that. I always forget too.
I know, yeah. But I probably haven't had you on my channel for a while. Gosh, what was the last time we did a collab?
Last Christmas, maybe?
Is it really? Oh my goodness. Yeah,
I don't know.
Like the Christmas stream, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing we tend to do here. And thankfully, it looks like we might be doing that again. So that's always fun.
That's true. Yeah, and that leads us into what's going on here. The professional DeadwoodJedi with the segue. So we both kind of had a deal to try out Dragonair for a little bit, stream it for a little bit, and crank out some videos. So we thought, if we're both doing this, why not let's spice it up a little bit. You know how we like to do it, gamble, bet a little bit. So me and Deadwood are going to be competing against each other in our journey here on Dragonair for about the next month or so. And then do you want to explain what the loser is going to have to do?
Yeah, so basically we're going to, grow our accounts as quickly as we can. Maybe not as quickly as we can, but with some semblance of speed to it. And basically whoever gets the furthest along or has the better account by the end of this is going to win. And then the loser is going to record and upload a very short video praising the winner.
Very short? So. I thought it was like 30 minutes. Maybe very short.
Oh, somebody thinks they're going to win. Yeah, sure. 30 minutes. Yeah. I'm very eager to hear you talk about me for that long. That should be fine. Basically, guys, the whole thing is you just need to wait and watch. In about a month or so, Chosen's going to upload a video talking about how amazing I am, which I figured, 30 minutes is kind of low for him. There's so much to talk about, but shouldn't be too hard for him.
That's true. I might need to turn that into a docu-series or something if I need to talk about how amazing Deadwood is. And I had the stipulation of no Jay Giggs impersonating me or any shenanigans if I do win. That's my
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just making you look better, so I don't see what the problem is here.
If the viewers out there are not familiar with what I'm talking about a year and a half ago, I did a collab with Deadwood. He messed up the audio and didn't record my voice. So he brought Jay Giggs on to impersonate me and overdub my audio, and yeah, it was not an accurate representation of me.
So yeah, here I am with Chosen. Thank you, sir, for coming by and doing me this honor of opening my shards for me. It is much appreciated.
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Chosen, and I just want to say real quick that I think Jay Giggs is the best YouTuber on the platform. I love Jay Giggs!
Wow. Okay. Keep the volume down, brother.
Jay Giggs is the best! It's not funny.
These things happen. I mean, I thought it seems almost, I didn't even notice the difference, personally. It seemed like really spot on. Yeah, it might not have been my finest moment there. But, thankfully, Chosen doesn't dwell on this. He doesn't remind me every single time
we
collab together.
Totally over it.
Totally over it. Not a big deal. Yep.
Well, then how you been? What have you been playing, like Raid, Dragonair, trying anything else?
Yeah.
What's kind of like your normal workflow these days?
There is no such thing as a normal workflow in this business. I think you know that very well. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Raid, been playing a lot of Dragonair. We had a bunch of I mean, we've had a little bit of drama in Raid, not like crazy, but a little bit. And so we've been talking about that some and exploring some things with that. And, there's been a lot of stuff with Thanksgiving weekend and, we got new content coming out. So that's always actually kind of exciting. So that's a big part of my day suck. And then the rest of it's been sucked up by, trying to do Dragonair. And it's, surprisingly really fun game. I've been enjoying it a lot. It's got this Dungeons and Dragons tie-in. In collaboration kind of going on with it, and that's one of the games I love to play just on my own time. And so it's been kind of exciting. Yeah, it's tied in with the Drizzt, obviously. There's a very specific Dungeons and Dragons tie-in right now because of the iconic character Drizzt, Drizzt Erden, is in the game, and you have a chance to get him. So anyway, it's been a lot of fun playing that, but the story mode's quite extensive, which I think fits based off what it is, and is something I'm enjoying, but it's taking me a while to kind of get through it too. There's a weird thing, I don't know if you're feeling this, but as a content creator, kind of like to buzz through the story mode and get to like the gameplay so I can give an accurate representation and take my account to the next level. But like as a player, I actually kind of want to sit and like read everything. I just don't have the time to do it, unfortunately. So I'm really kind of torn playing this right now, where I'm like, part of me just wants to, you know, zip through all of this stuff, and part of me wants to sit there and just like casually play it and like read the little story things that happen, understand the story of the world and stuff like that. So that's kind of right now my biggest that's my you know, biggest hurdle in life is, do I read the story in this game, or do I speed through it? So, you know,
that's
so
always the conundrum as a creator, because you're like, it's my job to blast through, learn content, produce, get after it. So when it becomes kind of your career to game, sometimes you get lost in like, maybe I should enjoy the game too, like slow down and
just a little bit. It's important, you know. I mean, because it's so easy to get burnt out, and it's nice to be able to like actually sit and like, oh, this is what's going on. But I've sort of just come to the conclusion that that's just not going to be the case. So I'm going to have to burn through a lot of this content here and try to get to the next thing, which is kind of interesting. But you know, what's great about this kind of thing that we have going on, right? Not only are we having this competition, but obviously, you know, streaming the game and then, you know, putting videos up about it, is that I think it really gives a good sense of, you know, walking through the basics and learning the game with an audience. And so, you know, if people are interested, they get to learn along with us of like how this game plays. You know, is it interesting? What are the things that you should do or not do, right? Like, I've definitely gotten a lot of help from my own chat as far as like, oh yeah, don't do this or do that, or this champion's good or that one's bad. And you know, I've been finding it's really interesting kind of learning the language of the game. You know, I think that's important. Like, I can look at a champion in Raid that I've been playing for 4 years and instantly know, is this guy good? Is this guy bad? Where is he going to be used? In this game, I don't even understand what the stats are right now, right? Like, I have no idea what anything does. So that's a big learning curve, and figuring that out, I think, is really advantageous. And you know, it's kind of fun once you start to figure it out. But it's taken me a little bit, but I'm starting to get there now. Now I'm feeling like, oh, okay, I know what I'm doing. Now I understand how the level up process goes. I get the rank up process. I'm getting the gear, you know, all that little stuff.
Yeah, I'll put you on the spot talking about stats. What does enlightenment do, Deadwood?
I mean, I haven't learned everything. Look, I don't know how to enlighten yet, but I do know what enlightenment does do is it like offers, I think, special stats for your champions, right? So
enlightenment's a stat, like attack, defense, HP.
Oh, that the stat. Yes, I knew that. Of course. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think what it does is I think it like makes your attack stronger, really.
Well, yeah, there's different. I don't fully understand it either. Like me and Deadwood are going to be kind of showing our learning process, you know. But there's certain abilities that synergize with it and scale with it. It's like a separate kind of way to synergize with your characters. But I have some learning to do as well. I just wanted to be funny and
you succeeded. Yeah. No, you just wanted to embarrass me. I understand how it is. I get how it is. You don't need J Gigs. You can do it yourself. I understand. I get it.
Prove it. I gotta prove
it. No, but you know, it's funny because there are certain, you know, it's interesting watching like the characters, because like enlightenment, you're right, it's like a totally different stat I've never seen in the game before. But it's interesting because it like modifies your skills and your attacks and your abilities sometimes. Just like you have attack champions or defensive champions or HP champions, there's like enlightenment champions basically, which is interesting. It's a modifier on stuff. But it's never like a thing on its own. It's always a modifier with other stuff, it seems like, which is kind of interesting as well. So yeah, but still trying to figure that out. I don't know exactly how it works independent of that. But you know, we're learning slowly but surely. We're learning. Although I don't really like your roster. I mean, I feel like you're already cheating just by like some of the champions you've gotten, and you know, it's not really like we're starting on a level playing field. But I like a challenge, so it's fine. Fine.
You had a legendary before I did, so we're not playing that game. So like you have the jump start.
I have the trash legendary before you have the OP one. I get it. Yeah, yeah.
We're not playing that game. The excuses are already showing up. But the other thing that'll be fun about this is we'll be able to at the end of the journey is like all the viewers out there or people out there in the community will be able to compare. Like, okay, Chosen and Deadwood got to here in a month. How does that compare to my account? Am I ahead, behind? And if you're doing better than we are, you know, pat yourself on the back. You're progressing super fast. So it'll be a nice little barometer. We'll kind of show you the journey of how we progress within a month of playing it and streaming it.
Yeah, agreed. You know, I mean, we're not hardcore going at it, I don't think, compared to like what we would do in some games sometimes, just because I don't think we have the time to like go super deep, super hardcore, but we're obviously trying to push our way through. Well, right now we're about the same level too. We're just comparing where we were at, and it's almost identical levels. So I think it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it can go either way. I guess we should quickly. How do we determine the winner on a baseline? Should we bring in like you know, like SAF or something to grade our accounts or something? Like bring someone in to decide a winner, or otherwise, you know, like I don't know what would be the most fair way to do it.
I think the best way to do is we just have a stream together and we let the audience vote. You know, just like straight up and down, simple. I mean, you know, I don't know how else to do it, because like we could say who's further along, but really it's about like, you know, it's not just like how much of the campaign we've completed, but it's also like, you know, who has the champs geared best, who has the best, the right champions leveled up and ascended, right, or whatever, you know, the terminology is in this game, right? I think there's more than a few factors, right? Like who's doing the most damage in this area versus that area. You know, I feel like there's a lot of comparative things we should talk, you know, we could get into. So I'm not I mean, I guess we could bring somebody in to like judge it for us.
I thought that would be fun, and you know, bring like an expert to be like, okay, so this is what Chosen did good, this is what Chosen did bad, this is what Deadwood did good, this is what Deadwood did bad, and then kind of break it down of why they think who did better. Like, oh, I'm giving it to Deadwood overall because of this, and this, and bring in like an expert. I mean, I know there's a lot of people in the community like Odd One and Saf that are going pretty hard on Dragonair and would probably be able to do something like that and break it down.
That's not a bad idea, actually. You know what? I think we should do that. Maybe we should get a. Maybe we should give them like. Yeah. That's a good idea. Why don't we? We should have 2 content creators, and then we should give the audience the 3rd vote, and we'll say best 2 out of.
Sure.
You know,
yeah.
Whoever. Yeah, I think that's where we should go with it.
Yeah, best out of 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? Okay.
All right. That's the plan.
That's the loose plan. We're winging it. We're learning live on video what we're doing here.
Now, if we can only convince somebody to help us out here, I feel like
that's
that
the
might
next
be the
step.
challenge.
Who do we swindle into committing to this? You know all about that from the contest. I do contests too, and trying to get people lined up and committed. It can be
It's
a
challenge.
nightmare.
It's a challenge, man. Hey, do you mind giving away a couple hours of your time just to help me out? Yeah, that's always a hard sell. You know, there's no 2 ways about it.
It really is. It really is. Well, Deadwood, I appreciate you taking time. Speaking of, to come on the channel and hang out with me and collaborate. It'll be fun, and one of us is gonna get a Christmas present of a dedicated video from the other one.
Yeah. We will. Doesn't have to, just, you know, to set expectations. It's not like it has to be crazy long. It just has to be, you know, full of cheer and praise. Is really the only requirement there.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to, like, you know, have to do more work than I want to. Yeah, that's on me.
Okay, that's fair. All right, Deadwood, anything you want to say on the way out or shout anything out? I'm obviously going to link to Deadwood's channel down below. You all know who Deadwood is, but go check out his stuff. You've been grinding a little bit harder than normal, right? You've been pumping out content.
I've been really trying to get to that, you know, one of those things I've always struggled with. It's like I always do good information, I like to think, but as far as like doing daily grind, it's really hard for me. But right now I've been on a pretty good kick, and so I'm trying to keep that going as best we can. But yeah, I mean, you guys want to check out my YouTube channel, you know, DeadwoodJedi. I've been doing a lot of raid stuff, and we'll be having these Dragon Air updates if you want to kind of keep track. But you can always come hang out with me on stream. I think we're going to be streaming Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. One of those will probably be a raid day, but one of those will definitely be a Dragon Air, or 2 of those should be Dragon Air days as well. So you can come by. And I'm sure me and Chosen will be streaming simultaneously more than a few times. So if you ever stop by Twitch, come check me out. But yeah, it should be. I'm excited about this. It should be fun.
All right, cool. Well, it'll be fun, and I'm looking forward to it. Have a good one, Deadwood, and I'm sure I'll see you soon.
I will. You too. Thanks, guys.